Rehab corner, we gave you kind of a before and after of our cottage up in Balsam Lake that we had done really inexpensive improvements to just to make it habitable for this season. And we got such a great response. We wanted to kind of give you more details of it and give you the walkthrough. I'm actually surprised how well it turned out and just really excited for the summer. So let's take a look. So welcome to the cottage on Pleasant. And if you've been reading our newsletters or following us on social media, you know that we bought this land with this cottage on it. It's kind of wonky. We bought it to build a pole barn and for extra sleeping space. But as we looked into the cottage a little more, we realized that it really probably should be torn down. But we're not ready to do that yet. So what we decided to do is the minimal we could as far as expenses, time, and effort to make it habitable and pleasant for our family and friends this summer. So we have done that, and I want to show you what we did and exactly how we did it so you know you can do things on the cheap depending on what your purpose is. So let's go in and take a look. The first room is the entryway. This was black. It was just kind of wonky in here. We just painted it white, put in bright lighting, kind of more welcoming entrance. But let's go into the kitchen. So the kitchen had really ugly linoleum, a disgusting light hanging from the ceiling. We redid all the lighting in here. One thing we did buy new were the cabinets. These are clear view cabinets from Menards. They're actually really nice cabinets, but also I know I can reuse these because even if I don't want these fronts, I can replace the fronts and still have the boxes themselves. Weird story, I actually had this countertop. We can go into that another time, so I didn't have to spend money there. Some open shelving. Even the dishes and plates and everything came from estate sales, garage sales, secondhand stores. The appliances were given to us from the people we bought the property from because they were redoing their kitchen, and so these they didn't need anymore. How cool is that? The floor, the ugly linoleum, we just peel and stick down, super inexpensive. And by the way, anything I did, I made sure it was on sale or on clearance. So let's look in the living room. So in the living room, what we did was, again, just paint. We ripped up the carpet throughout the whole place. It was disgusting. And we just decided for our purposes, we're just gonna paint the floors, the subfloors, with porch paint that you would use on the floor of a porch. And then this beam, actually, interesting, was covered in corkboard. It was really wonky. And so the wood, our friends Dave and Sue were tearing down the ceiling in their cabin, and they didn't need it or have a reason to reuse it. And so we were able to wrap this beam in it. It makes a world of difference. Things you can reuse like that. All of the furniture, estate sales, something we already had, garage sales, people didn't want it anymore and said, hey, could you use this? So that's what we did in here. Again, the lighting on clearance. This was actually from a client who was getting rid of them, and he's like, I'm just going to throw these away. And I'm like, no, we can use it. You always can find a purpose for things. Speaking of reusing, thank you again, Dave and Sue. They got a new kitchen table in their cabin, and so we were able to inherit theirs. This is one of my favorite features. So we were, as a family, at a restaurant in Puerto Morelos, and it was a Cuban restaurant that they let you write all over the walls, sign your name. And I'm like, how fun is that? And we thought that would be fun up here. And but I don't want people writing all over all the walls. So we kind of made a feature wall, and this is our sign-in book. And you can tell my family helped me move in, so everyone got to sign it then. Jacob and I, as the general contractor and the hired gun, we signed it, so it's gonna be cool. And we didn't glue it down. So when we tear it down, we're gonna take it off the wall and save it and probably put it in the shed, the pole barn, or wherever we want. So this is really a nice open space. And remember, except for the cabinets themselves, everything was secondhand or just paint. So let's go into the sleeping area. One of the favorite features of the sleeping area, not for me, but for Tom, was this was a estate sale. He wanted to make sure we got those. So those are here. But then I decided, since it's the sleeping area, we made this sign. It's a piece of barn wood from Tom's parents' barn. So that was kind of fun for us. And let's go into the first bedroom, which was also, we just painted, remember, the floors, the walls, ceiling, new lighting on clearance. And then I want to talk about these beds for a minute. I follow a woman on Pinterest, and I will put her link in below, and she does Airbnb stuff. And so she recommended these beds from Amazon, the mattress, there's a topper, a foam topper, and the bedding. And you guys, these are so comfortable. I was shocked and pretty inexpensive. So if you see this type of bed here, that's also one of the very few things we bought new. Otherwise, we were able to get things. You guys tell your friends and family if you're doing stuff like this. You'll be surprised what people want to get rid of. So let's also go into this bedroom. This is bedroom we still need to work on. It was probably in the best shape of any bedroom here. We did shampoo the carpet. We'll probably end up tearing it up. We still have to paint in here, but the paint's not bad. I just don't like the color. This bed we inherited when we bought one of our townhomes, so we brought that up here. Again, we have friends and family that weren't using certain pieces of furniture. And so this one is a king bed. So that's kind of nice for our friends that require that. Then let's go into I keep saying one of my favorite, but I'm shocked as how well this whole thing turned out. In this room was supposed to be the primary, but we decided a better use was to get more sleeping space. So what we did here is we divided it into two and we, again, got our Amazon beds here. And I had this carpet, we had the lamps, put in new lighting. The artwork is from an estate sale. Our good friends here on the lake no longer needed this room divider. And oh my God, it like worked out perfectly here just to give you a little sense of privacy. And then we have, so here you could sleep, four people because of the two queen size beds. It's lots of room. And then this is kind of fun. It does have a half bath. And what we decided to do in the half bath is just cover the walls in a lot of eclectic art. Some of it estate sales we had. I had old frames and I printed pictures of Balsam Lake or around the area. But the reason we went with this kind of look is because the light doesn't line up with the sink. And we can move it. We have the skills, or Jacob has the skills. But we decided we're just really minimizing, remember, our time, our effort, and our money. So that's what we've done with this. And I think it's turned out great. With all the bedrooms right now, so you have 3 queen beds total and a king bed, you can sleep 8 people comfortably. So let's go look back in the living room because there's one more space I want to show you. And that is not done yet. What we did in here is we have off into this room is a porch, and it doesn't have heat yet. It's a 3-season porch, and we have used it as our work room. So, anytime we're doing any kind of construction, cutting and anything like that, we use that room out there. So it's still kind of a mess. But when it's done, it's going to be our sleeping porch. And again, at a garage sale, we got a day bed. I have 2 cool chairs from the estate sale that we're covering. I can't wait to show you those because they're going to look really cool when they're done. And so you guys should probably follow us and keep reading our newsletter so I can show you the sleeping porch for the big reveal because I think it's going to be really cool. So that's our cabin. And all of the things, remember, tell people what you're doing. Paint is your best friend. Go on the cheap, start doing Facebook Marketplace, garage sales, estate sales, and you'll be surprised what you can reduce, reuse, and recycle. So thanks for taking this tour with me. We really kind of have fallen in love with our little wonky cottage. It will someday sadly be torn down because we do want to build a bigger pole barn for storage. But what we did was the land is about 1 acre. And the real appeal for us is not only the acreage, but if you look through here, you can kind of see the lake through the trees. But right down there is our cabin, which is pretty small. So when our friends and family can stay, they're so close. And we were able to make it, I think, cute and charming on a really low budget. And if you guys have any questions about how we did it, if you want any of our links, or if you have ideas and you want to run them by me, I love this stuff. Just DM us or give us a call.